Okay, Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I will storytelling about Prophet Muhammad SAW history. Prophet Muhammad was born on Monday, 12 Rabiul Awal in the year of the elephant, coinciding the April 20, 571 AD. His father was Abdullah and his mother is Aminah. He was asked about fasting on Monday. He said, "That is the day on which I was born and the day on which I was sent, or it was revealed to me." And the hadith, the Prophet Muhammad about fasting on Monday, he said, "The day is the day I was born, the day I was sent, or the revelation was revealed to me." Hadith riwayat Muslim. He has a noble lineage. His father and grandfather were respected people, even the leaders of Makkah. Allah chose Kinana from the descendants of Ismail, and he chose Quraysh from Kinana, and he chose Bani Hashim from Quraishi, and he chose me, Muhammad, from Bani Hashim. That's in the hadith. Fairly, Allah chose Kinana from among the descendants of Ismail, and chose the Quraysh from among the descendants of Kinana, and chose Bani Hashim from the tribe of Quraysh, and Allah chose me from among Bani Hashim, in hadith riwayat Muslim and Ahmad. When the Prophet was born, when Rasulullah SAW was born, there was a light that accompanied him. As the Prophet's mother Aminah said, when Muhammad was born, there was a light that came out of his birth canal, shining on the places in Syria. In Al-Bayhaqi's history, when the Prophet was born, a number of events occurred. The first is the collapse of 15 balconies of the Kisra Palace, and the second, the extinguishing of the fire that Majusi used to worship, and the last, the collapse of the church in Buhairah after it collapsed to the ground. When Rasulullah was informed that his grandson was born, Abdul Muttalib was very happy. He then took his grandson to the Ka'bah and named him Muhammad, a name that is not yet familiar among Arabs because no one used it. On the seventh day, the Prophet was circumcised by his grandfather. This is the opinion supported by Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah. Meanwhile, the opinion that the Prophet was born circumcised does not have strong evidence. In addition to being nursed by his own mother, the Prophet was nursed by two nursing mothers. First, Suwaibah, Abu Lahab's slave. Suwaibah also nursed Masruh, Hamzah, and Abu Salamah bin Abdul Asad al-Makhzumi, so that they all become brothers and sisters of the messengers of Allah. The third woman who nursed the Prophet was Halimah bint Abdul Zu'aib. From him, the messenger of Allah had siblings: Abdullah bin Al-Harith, Unaisah bin Al-Harith, Huzaifah binti Al-Harith, Abu Sufyan Al-Harith bin Abdul Muttalib, and Hamzah. Halimah and her husband Al-Harith bin Abdul Uzza came to Mecca on a white donkey. They also broke old camels whose milk could not be extracted to transport goods. She could not sleep all night because the baby was hungry. Her milk is also not flowing smoothly. Everyone refused to take the Prophet because he was an orphan, but Halimah had no choice. And his fathers and all his friends have had babies. Finally, the Prophet Muhammad was broke by Halimah. The blessing was felt immediately. Carrying the baby Prophet Muhammad SAW didn't feel like a burden. When breastfeeding, Halimah's milk flowed smoothly. The baby is also full and sleeps soundly. His donkey becomes strong and fast to the amazement of his friends. The camels secreted milk until she and her husband were full of drinking it. Upon arrival in Bani Sa'ad, Halimah's family's land became fertile. The sheep come home full and full of milk, to the extent that the people of Bani Sa'ad said, imitate Halimah by releasing the sheep to find their own rest. However, their sheep came home hungry, unlike Halimah's sheep. 2 years of breastfeeding Muhammad, Halimah's family was filled with blessings. When it was time to return him to his mother's lap, Halimah asked for an extension. Prophet Muhammad lived in Bani Sa'ad for 4 or 5 years until the angel split his chest. After that, because he was worried about Muhammad's safety, he was returned to his mother. At the age of 6, Prophet Muhammad was invited by Aminah to Yathrib to visit his father's tomb. Together with his assistant, Ayman, they stay in Yathrib for 1 month. On the way home, Aminah died in Abwa between Makkah and Madinah. Hearing that Aminah had passed away, Abdul Muttalib picked Muhammad up and took care of him. He loved him more than his children, to the point where he was allowed to sit on his couch near the Kaabah. When Muhammad was 8 years old, Abdul Muttalib died. After the death of Abdul Muttalib, Abu Talib, his uncle, took the responsibility of nurturing the Prophet Muhammad. Loved more than his children, at the age of 12, was invited to trade in Sham until he met Buhairah. Buhairah said, "He is the leader of the universe, will be sent by Allah as a mercy for the whole world," said Buhairah to Abu Talib. "How do you know?" Abu Talib said, "Since you arrived in Aqabah, there was been no smell on no trees, but bow down and prostrate. They bow only to the Prophet. I also know that the prophetic ring under the shoulder cartilage resembles an apple, written in our book." Buhairah said, Buhairah asked Abu Talib to return to Mecca so that the Jews do not meet the messenger of Allah and do evil to him. Prophet Muhammad, as a teenager, Rasulullah graced God in Bani Sa'ad bin Bakar and Makkah. Although the reward is not much compared to the facilities that can be obtained from Abu Talib, however, from there we can see the responsibility of the messengers of Allah. His role as a prophet has been prepared by Allah. At the time, Allah instructed Muhammad not to have the desires like other children of his age in general, and Allah saved him from the two entertainments where he wants to watch. One day, Rasulullah heard the news that there would be a musical performance in Makkah. Rasulullah said, "Please look after my goats. I want to see entertainment like children in general," said Rasulullah to his friend that afternoon. Arriving in Makkah, when approaching the performance location, Rasulullah was sleepy and fell asleep until morning. When Muhammad woke up, the show was over. Another day, Rasulullah again entrusted the goat to his friend, but it happened again. Before he could see, he fell asleep. Apparently, Allah saved his messenger by making him sleepy and fall asleep. After experiencing this twice, Rasulullah never again had the desire to see a musical performance. Allah took care of him since childhood. And at the age of 15, he joined the Fajr War. He was in charge of collecting arrows to give to Abu Talib. After the Fajr War, there was an agreement in the month of Zulqa'dah called Hilful Fudul. The Quraysh agreed to not allow people to be approached in Mecca. I have attended an agreement at the house of Abdullah bin Jud'an, which I prefer to owning a camel. If in Islamic times I had been invited to attend, I will have complete. And at the age of 25, he traveled to Syria with capital from Khadijah. Masharah, Khadijah's assistant, who accompanied her, was so impressed with Muhammad's honesty, trust, and character. His business skills also brought great profit for Khadijah. When she learned of his honesty and nobility, Khadijah asked Nafisah binti Munayyah to ask Muhammad if he wanted to marry Khadijah. Rasulullah married Khadijah with a dowry of 20 young camels. The wedding took place 2 months after returning from Syria. The Prophet was 20 years old at the time, while Khadijah was 40 years old. From this marriage, his son and daughters were born. There is Al-Qasim, Abdullah, Zainab, Ruqayyah, Kulthum, and Fatimah. And maybe that's all for me from this storytelling. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.